The three-dimensional figurative work that I'm going to discuss today is Male Torso from 1917 by the Romanian-born sculptor Constantin Brancusi, who lived from 1876 to 1957. Many viewers may not accept this work as figurative, but may be non-objective, as it is so abstract that it has little resemblance to the human body. It is my contention that this work, though abstracted, is figurative and has a relationship with the human form in more than one respect. Here's an image of Male Torso by Brancusi. It's one of the male torso sculptures that he made. And we're also going to address the bases or pedestals that he made for these sculptures. When taking an initial look at Male Torso, we see three cylinders and not a realistic representation of the human form. One, the longest, is upright and cut off at the top at an angle. The two shorter cylinders move downward at an angle from the large upright cylinder. The surface of Brancusi's work is smooth and does not show evidence of the artist's hand. What is important about this form and how does it relate to the human figure? The sculpture follows a long lineage of figurative sculpture which has existed for at least the last 30,000 years, and it also relates to the damaged ruins of Greek sculptures that now exist with missing limbs. More recent to this sculpture's making is its relevance to Rodin's sculpture, The Walking Man. With Walking Man, Rodin made the formal decision to leave out the arms of the sculpture to emphasize the walking movement of the figure. A decision made again by Brancusi, but this time to emphasize the basic form of the figure. Brancusi's Male Torso has a relationship to human form in another respect as well. Not only may it represent the basic form of the human figure, but it may also suggest male genitalia, the upright portion of the object functioning as an erect phallus and the two other parts of the sculpture functioning as testicles. Brancusi sculpted many of these male torso forms, and as with many of his sculptures, he created bases or pedestals for them, which were made in what one might almost say a site-specific way to the individual pieces. These bases were most often created out of a contrasting material to the initial work themselves. Some question whether or not these bases are important to be considered along with the form of the actual sculpture, and I believe that they are. Using different bases, Brancusi was able to manipulate the scale of his sculptures, which has become an increasingly more important element in these abstract works. What Brancusi offers us, in one sense, is the human form broken down to its most basic elements. What is important to consider with Brancusi's sculpture is the purity of the forms. It is figurative sculpture, but it does not offer us a figure, only forms that are of a figurative quality. Brancusi gives us an object that is pure, and through its form relays to the viewer a figurative message. Thank you for your time. I'll see you on the forums.